Activation code required. Access granted. Warning. Evacuation sequence activated.
Paranormal Bunker. You'll come on down and join Nikki, Robert, Kayla, and Cole. Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sit with us as we traverse the portals of the universe. Let loose the secrets of the cryptids. Make haste with the truth of conspiracy. And explore the hauntings of our world. And once again, welcome to the S4 Paranormal Bunker.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the S4 Paranormal Bunker. Fran, so with the previous conversation we were just having, I really wanted to start the show about 4 times with what you guys were saying. Fran.
We're talking about nerve damage.
Yeah, but when Kayla said, I'd be like, ah! Fran, I'm like...
Okay.
Nerve damage in hands and arms and things. That's what we were talking about. It could have been very
entertaining.
Yeah, with the way things were being described and nobody knew what we were talking about. Oh, that would have been very interesting. Are we on camera?
We are.
Okay.
Well, you guys are. Fran,
yeah.
I have a face made for radio, so I stay off the camera.
Yeah, you do. I mean,
Fran, how's everybody doing?
Finally starting to warm up.
I mean, Nikki, long time no see.
No kidding.
How's my puppy?
Puppy's doing good.
Good.
Puppy got weird today on a walk from what I heard. And we were trying to figure out what the heck was that about. But yeah, other than that, he's hunky-dory just fine.
Yeah, I went to the propane store and another dog sniffed me and I was wearing the same vest that I had on at your house. And she was not happy. The best part is, though, she was another American Bulldog.
Oh, cool.
So I think she recognized her own kind.
Yeah.
She's like, you're not a bulldog.
Well, when my son has walked the family dog, he's actually had people come up to him, or he's had one instance, I should say it this way. He's had one instance where somebody offered him over $500 on the spot.
To be careful.
Yeah, that's what we were learning. We were all of us were absolutely stunned.
Because when they're walking them, the common thing in the cities to do for these people to do is to actually have 2 people walk up behind you. One of them cuts the leash, the other grabs the dog.
Yep. Oh my God, I've never heard that before.
Brand.
Thank you. I will let the family know.
Yeah. Brand. Pepper spray is a good deterrent.
Well, and so are other
bear
things.
Spray has a longer distance.
Bear spray has a longer distance, but it permeates absolutely everything around it. So whatever you do, whoever's around it's going to affect it. And it doesn't come off. Yeah, it will not come off either. It's a
and
permanent.
Also, you don't want to get caught carrying that in a public city area.
Oh, no kidding.
Pepper spray,
Within
you can.
city limit. Yeah, within city limits, it's not legal.
Kayla trying to get everybody in
At least
trouble.
Hey.
No, because that was my response too. I would have said the same thing until I just learned about that in the last few months, 6 months or whatever it was. Because matter of fact, I've got a can of bear. I've got a can of bear spray, but it's typically used for camping. So
I don't use bear spray. I have a big fucking stick.
Yeah,
and I find
big pointy stick.
Nope, not pointy.
No pointy.
Just
Ooh,
2x4.
Wow.
And but here's the thing.
That'll do it.
Bear spray, pepper spray, even a taser. They all run out of juice. Guess what never runs out of juice? A 2x4.
It does if you do.
Friend.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the other person ain't really moving by the time I run out of juice.
Yeah.
So
we're
good.
Yeah, because the adrenaline kicks in. That's when adrenaline. Anyway.
Oh.
Plus,
Actually,
I like building things.
A really weird thing about like bear spray and spray. So
you mean like a kinky thing or what?
No.
Where's she going with this, guys?
Jesus. So I used to have this friend who was like super paranoid of.
Used to.
Yes.
Until she pepper sprayed him.
But she would go into areas like different courtrooms and different stuff like that all the time.
Yes.
So she would carry one of the travel size hairsprays with her because they wouldn't take that away. Because it's but if you spray somebody
lighter,
with it, it hurts, I guess, supposedly just as bad. So.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you hit the eyes. Hey, and if you have I gotta be careful. I was about to say, where's the? Yeah.
I don't think that would work as much anymore, though.
Yeah, most places would do that.
Because now you'd have all the activist groups coming after you for spraying an aerosol can.
True.
They don't care about the person you sprayed. It's just that you released aerosol into the air.
Even an aerosol can of hairspray would be taken at security points now.
That's true, but a regular pump will not.
I don't know if it would at a court.
But where do you get?
Court, but I do know like a TSA and stuff will take them.
Well, that's because it's more than 4 ounces.
Yeah. No, even the little.
Oh, that's a
ones.
point.
They're really serious about that crap.
Yeah, they are. They're very.
Friend, I don't even think it's 4 ounces. I think it's like 3.8.
Something like that. Something weird.
Friend. Anyways, Robert, how you doing?
Being like James Bond, shaken not stirred.
That's
Had
gross.
2 earthquakes in the last 4 days down Monto way, about half-hour to an hour drive to the southeast of Monto. They had a 3.5 and a 3.6 earthquake down that way.
Great.
Not sure of the depth, as I said before, but even they were having people on the ABC website say phone us in with your afterfelt reactions.
Oh, aftershocks.
If they felt them, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Some
if
people
they
do.
felt them, got it.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, our
There we
Facebook group here, whenever one happens, goes wild with who all felt it and who didn't.
Mm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Friend. And people I get really descriptive of what actually shook in their house and friend.
It's always weird to me too that like 2 neighbors, because like I know people will know that, like people. Yeah, one of them is like, "Oh my god, it scared me so bad and everything shook," and the other one's like, "I didn't even notice something happened." Like,
yeah. Well, and that tells you either how aware somebody is or how much they are paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Or, yeah. exactly. I mean, depending upon what time of day or night it took place.
It also tells you which neighbors you should probably check on in case something does happen, because they'll be oblivious to the fact that it did.
Something took place. Yeah. That's a very good point.
To a point.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's going to be oblivious if the Cascadia subduction zone goes.
Oh God,
probably
no,
not.
that's
Probably
it's a different
You know,
ballgame.
Then you got to check.
I think
on,
everyone's
like,
going to know that one.
You know, like,
I think Robert will know that one.
Just yeah.
Yeah. I know the Crown Point one, but no.
yeah. Oh God.
2 hours later, you will, because the tsunami that'll hit you. You know, like, come on, friend.
But Yellowstone, yeah.
Me and my daughter were talking a little bit about this the other day, and she was like, "Then why in the hell do we live here? Are you serious?" I was like,
I heard bits of that conversation, and so bad I wanted to say, fine, let's move to Florida.
I was gonna say, yeah. What other? Let's see. There's tornadoes in the Midwest. There's hurricanes in the South.
Oh yeah, everywhere
hurricanes
you go,
with major
there's
floods.
There's something that's happening.
Winter.
So.
Yeah, winter in New York that is like holy cripes, you know. So,
don't even get me
or
started
Wisconsin,
on the plagues of locusts.
Hey, Nachaus, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
Friend,
Have watches.
friend, tonight we are going to talk about haunted prisons. Now, the thing is, it's pretty damn easy to see that from the title tonight. Nikki and Robert don't know the title yet. Friend, it's Don't Drop the Soap in These Showers.
Don't drop the soap in the showers.
Yes.
I'm reading it now.
Friend, I figured it was fitting. I mean, what would be worse in a prison? Dropping the soap in a shower full of guys, or dropping the soap in an empty shower at a haunted prison, and you still feel something?
Yeah.
Okay, like this could be bad no matter how it goes. But
It could be.
one of the reasons, so when we were visiting Nikki, we were trying to think of topics for the show, and we actually talked about how we try so hard not to talk about politics here.
Yeah.
And in that conversation, we started talking politics a little bit, but not really hard. It was just the stuff that was happening. Like the fact that Nikki didn't know that Trump is pushing to reopen Alcatraz.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that.
Friend,
This just blew me out of the water.
For those that don't know, Alcatraz is in San Francisco Bay, and it is known as the most infamous prison in America.
Mm-hmm.
It's a federal penitentiary that housed some of history's most dangerous criminals, including Al Capone.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now, since it's closing, it is a visitors center and a National Historic Site. Visitors and former guards frequently report eerie sounds, crying, slamming cell doors in cell blocks A, B, and C, as well as sightings of a phantom known as the Butcher in the isolation ward.
Ooh, nasty.
Now here's the thing, though.
I'm sorry. Yikes.
A lot of our prisons that have closed down and didn't get demolished in the world have, over time, had some haunted stories with them.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them have reopened.
Yes.
What?
Well, like some
really?
Like some of the Russian gulags have reopened just as regular prisons. They cleaned them up and remade them into actual prisons again.
Or they make them into something else.
Yeah.
Like, there's been plenty of our... I know that this isn't the same as a prison, but there's been plenty of our, like, old institutions that have been made into, like, nursing homes or made into different apartments for different things. Yeah. Like the one down the road is, like, now a Job Corps site.
Yeah.
Well, and some get turned into apartment buildings. That just creeps me out.
That'd be fun.
That'd be a really small apartment.
Oh.
8 by 10.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
But the door's cool at least.
do you know
God.
how many people would stay there with the housing crisis? Gee.
Well, and that's a
They'd
good
turn it into China in ways.
point, is that's what we should be doing with them, is turning them into housing for the unhoused.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
we
Mount
have
Gambier down in South Australia,
Yes and
they've turned a jail into a hotel,
Oh, really?
and we would have stayed there while we were looking at the place where we were purchasing, if it hadn't been for the fact they don't have any wheelchair access.
Okay.
Wow.
Because they've done them up really, really nice in their website.
Nice.
I thought Australia would have been more accommodating than that. I thought they would have had to have that.
You'd think so, but no.
Because that is a requirement for almost every building here, is it not, guys?
Well, unless it's a grandfathered in building, so it could be the same thing.
Yeah.
Like if it falls
Yep.
under historical or something like that, then you don't have to offer the same kind of ADA.
And I get that,
Access.
except for the fact if you refurbish the entire interior in order to accommodate your business,
It
then you
seems
should
like
have
they would
to put
add
it in.
that. Yeah.
You'd
Like,
think so.
it should be a requirement.
Well, that's why like the office building that we rented in Cedro, didn't have to have a way to get to the upstairs units that was ADA accessible because it fell
Wow.
under the thing of historic something because it was over X amount of years old and something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was
So I learn something new every day.
That was terrible. That thing was like, those stairs were straight up and down, and like 10,000 of them, and you're like, oh god. But
Yeah. Honestly, with the stairs at that building they were in, it was one of those situations where if you if you fell at the top of them, you were never
wouldn't stop
coming out.
falling?
You were going to be haunting that area.
you're not living to the bottom. That it was one of those. So.
They were really wide, so you had lots of room, but
But yeah, they were
They
straight
sucked.
up and down. It was insane.
friend. So, but okay. Here's the thing. Prisons across the world,
Mm-hmm.
even though I don't support criminals, but sometimes the conditions of some of these prisons are way beyond.
The crime that put you
Yeah.
in there. Yeah, absolutely.
For example, Alcatraz was considered one of the worst places to actually go because they mixed everyone together. There was guys in there for white collar crimes beside
Murderers.
like Al Capone.
Yeah.
Or worse.
Yeah.
And because there were worse than Al Capone.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah. He's just the most famous.
Yes.
Really. Like,
He's just one that when you mention, people are like, oh, that's a bad guy. You know?
Yes. Yeah.
but like,
Really hoping he's not going to show up tonight since he's been mentioned so much.
Right?
the three most like infamous prisons in the world that people are allowed to go to actually do a paranormal investigation are Alcatraz, which from what I hear they are canceling those as we speak
Well, yeah, if they're trying to refurbish it.
because he's trying to reopen it.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually those
That's a
tours
lot
will
of
stop.
tourist money that you're not gaining anymore. It seems like if you were going to reopen a prison or something of that nature, that you would pick one that wasn't so infamous, because in doing that, you're losing a lot of tourist revenue.
True.
Well, that's what Anne and
And how
Renata
much?
from Fight for the Good don't understand either, because they're trying to keep
That's
the jail that they go to open, and everyone just says no. There's not enough money for it. There's not enough anything else. It was closed for security, asbestos sort of reasons, health and safety reasons, but they're not willing to put anything into it, and they're getting heaps and heaps of people going for the ghost hunts, and they're just letting it sit now to basically rot until it falls down. So there's no real avenue for people that want to go for a ghost hunt to go to the jail that they used to go. Been close to 2 years now.
That's a loss of money. That's a loss of
It is.
revenue for them
It
in
is.
a major way, because you're dealing with, even though you've got property taxes on stuff like that, or I mean, in the United States. I don't know about about Australia, but
It's on Crown land.
yeah, I mean, so I mean, I know they don't. It's just it gets mind-boggling to me. The amount of things that they choose to do, no matter what country this takes place in. I'm like, wow.
Right.
To let a building rot, if it's all cement or cement and brick, it's going to last longer than wood structures, but still, I mean, wow. That's bad. I mean, I think of there's a couple of different movies I think of when I start hearing about things like that, and I just can't think of the names of them right now. Where you have major structures in the movies, and ivy is climbing all over everything, and forestry is coming back, and
one
wow.
that I think of is that series, The Life After People.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That will show like what would happen to this structure, like anywhere from a week to 1,000 years or so after.
10,000 years.
Yeah. And it's actually quite interesting to watch what would happen if it was just left to its own devices, and what kind of plants would grow back and everything else.
So, I have to make a statement quick. Because tonight's show does involve things run by our governments and anything like that, anything we say tonight is purely opinion.
Our own personal views.
Yeah, it's our own personal views.
And opinions.
And if you don't agree with them, there's nothing wrong with that. If you don't like them, well, I'm sorry. Fran. Now, a few things. First of all, Robert, we don't call it Crown Land anymore. A few of us in Canada have decided that we are now calling it Chucky's Land. Okay? Fran.
Catchy Dory.
Holy crap.
Now, with the... You were talking about them losing tourist dollars.
Yeah.
Now that's true. But here's the thing. When an administration, President Trump, is running his entire 4 years based on making America great again and making it a safer country.
Yeah.
Tourist dollars aren't on his mind.
Yeah, that's true.
He spent his first 4 years building up the national parks. He did a lot of good for them.
Okay.
Brand, no matter what you think of him, he did. Like, he gave them all of his paychecks for a while, and added a bunch of land to them to protect the natural lands that we have. Like
protected lands?
Yes.
Okay.
So, but if you're trying to create a safer environment, and you're, number one, a business person, your first thought is intimidation. There is no prison more intimidating in the United States than Alcatraz.
Well, I guess so.
Because there's only ever been one...
I can feel it.
There's only ever been one escape from Alcatraz.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no guarantee they actually made it. It is believed they made it, but we don't actually know.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no body to prove it.
Like, if those guys
No
were
physical.
cool,
Yeah.
they would have come out when they were 90 and on their deathbeds and said, hey, yeah, we escaped from Alcatraz. This is how we did it. But no, assholes.
Bum-ba-dee-da.
It's like D.B. Cooper. If he would have actually been a cool guy and he made it, he would have told us.
Been like, hey, by the way.
Yeah.
No. Why would you want to? See, that goes to the question of why the hell would you want to?
You know what
Well,
I would, though?
because-
I'd be like, ha, look at what I did.
Even, that's the thing. Even before, like, if they made it, they died of old age. Even before they died of old age. That was their notoriety. That was their legacy.
Mm-hmm.
D.B. Cooper and the two that escaped. Friend,
Well, except that
why
was their
not
legacy.
make it known that it actually happened? That way, you're no longer notorious. You are legendary.
You are infamous.
Because the two people that, like, you have to admit, the two people that actually escaped from the prison of Alcatraz, if they actually released how they did it on their deathbeds, that is something that would go down in history fully. The
Yeah.
entire
Oh, yeah.
story.
Do they really want to, though? Like, that's the thing. Is that if they were people that wanted to be known for that, but if they had, let's say, come out the other side, changed their names, and lived a life that was completely different in every way, shape, and form, and they didn't want anybody to know that they had this previous life, I could see where they wouldn't come out then, because then it would just ruin who they'd become.
I've got one for you.
Okay.
What if D.B. Cooper was a CIA op?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then he fumbled the ball by dropping the cash.
Yeah.
He was forced.
He was a bad CIA agent.
Mm.
Friend, Natal says and this one, I've never heard this. This is awesome. There's a conspiracy theory that the guys who escaped from Alcatraz changed their names and became astronauts when the government caught them. Well, to be fair, that's not a prison you're ever getting the fuck out of.
Yeah, I was gonna
We're
say
just gonna launch you.
stuck into SSP for the rest of your life, natural born life, forced to do and controlled to do. Oh, that could get interesting. Talk about a nightmare.
Yeah, friend, like,
How weird would it be if you figured out it was like the guy that landed on the moon was also the guy that escaped from Alcatraz? Like, I mean, like, you're like, what?
Oh, that's messed up.
I'm pretty damn sure the timelines do not align
No,
on that one.
they don't. But I mean, like, you think about like your heroes as a child, you know, like, and then to figure out that somebody like
That would be messed up.
was actually this person, it would totally throw you for a loop.
Oh, completely.
I think the hardest part of that would be the fact that all of our astronauts from the Apollo mission were public figures in their own
rights.
Yeah. Like within their own communities.
Yeah, but just because you were an astronaut doesn't mean you had to be like a famous astronaut. Like, there are tons of people that went through that program and everything else that their name is written somewhere, but you're
Yeah, I
not
was just
gonna
gonna
be
say
like,
somewhere.
but you're not gonna be like, oh yeah, this person did this half a mission and never actually made it onto the ship. Like, it's not.
Wow.
Why?
So mean.
Hey.
So mean. They like made an entire movie
mean.
about that for one guy. It's called Apollo 13, and he was really upset when that movie came out.
Yeah.
The actual astronaut.
Why?
Because he had to relive it. And now Kayla's doing it to him again.
Well, I mean, not necessarily even that, but I mean, like, there's plenty of people that are technically astronauts, but have never actually been in space in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
No, because one of the members of Apollo 13 did not make it up onto the ship because he had a cold. And that has happened to a lot of them.
Yeah, but did they? Or was that like, we know what's going to happen because it was all government planned and this one guy is too important to actually send on that mission? I'm just saying.
That doesn't really jive with the whole prisoner thing. They're not that important.
Oh, no.
God. Oh, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, just think if he hadn't cold and he was launching and then sneeze.
Oh, jeez.
And to be fair, if it was not for that man, Apollo 13, the guys on Apollo 13 wouldn't have made it home. So,
yeah, knowledge is sometimes power at times.
Yeah.
No, I think that would probably be the most terrifying place to be lost.
Have as a prison?
No, I mean, like, okay, so there's a lot of people that, like, have survived being out on the open ocean, like, that kind of stuff for X amount of days or whatever. I think being in space, just floating there and knowing that you're screwed. I mean, like, there's maybe 2 people in this world who could come and rescue you, and if they can, then they will, but what's the likelihood? Where if you're, at least if you're in, like, the mountains, or if you're in, like, the ocean or something, there's the possibility of random rescue.
Oh, well,
you know?
Back in the last century, yeah, I would have been worried about that. Now, not so much.
Well, I mean, there's a lot more going up.
The space station is up there.
Yeah.
Friend,
Well,
have the Canadarm reach out and grab you.
Well, and you've got the moon base, but that's no freaking guarantee either, because you're, as a human, if you're not...
Well, they don't want to...
You're going to suffocate... No, exactly. You're going to suffocate before you freeze to death, because space is ice. I mean, it's cold. It's cold, and the human... How do I say this?
Physiology?
Temperature capacity?
No. The human technology regarding science and what we use that is shown to the public. That's, I guess, is how I would that. What is shown to the public versus what is not. The science is very, I don't want to say science, the technology maybe. The ships are very different. And so we're looking at rockets coming off of Earth and shuttles and that kind of thing, where the other section of government and deep sections of government who are using actual spaceships, actual ships that can fly from a planet into into space and do things. I mean, you're infinitely more safer in something like that. And the pressurization is very different, and you're not floating. You're walking because the gravity on board the ship is set a very specific way. So it's very, very different. So when it's interesting because I had it's not Star Trek, Stargate on earlier tonight as I was trying to warm up. And it dawned, I was like, man, if they actually did get caught in space, you suffocate before you ever can't breathe in space without any kind of suit and any kind of oxygen in that suit. So, hello. It got me to thinking about a lot of different things. So it's interesting that it's being brought up tonight. But yeah, the ships, I mean, we're talking very old. I mean, our current science is very old technology in comparison to what, and that's public. That's all for public viewing and what we believe that we know. And yet, the deep sections of multiple different governments, they're using actual ships, which is why they're calling them UAPs and not UFOs.
Well, you know.
But yeah.
And I was thinking about it. You might actually have a better chance of surviving and being rescued if you were in a spaceship versus a submarine. Like, I think.
Excuse me?
I wonder which one would have a better chance.
Of what?
Survival?
Yeah. Like, okay, so if you were in a spaceship that got launched into space, and, like, your navigation system went off or something and you couldn't re-land, okay? I wonder if that would be easier to get you back home than if you were in a submarine that couldn't resubmerge.
Oh, how interesting. That is a thought.
Come to the surface?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The buoyancy factor and all of the issues that
it's easier actually to get into space.
It depends on why.
Oh, okay.
Because
well, you still suffer. Okay, so if you don't have things working in a submarine, not only do you suffocate, you also sweat to death because the circulation stops. I mean, if you've got, although not necessarily, I suppose.
No, because you can circulate through the torpedo tubes.
Up to a point. For how long? If one section.
As long as you had motion.
Go ahead.
You can, like when the ship died, you can circulate water through the torpedo tubes. Tornado.
But if it's a buoyancy issue where not just a buoyancy issue, a tech issue, then it's a different ball game. You're not moving.
Well, the only reason that I asked that though is because with the space portion, okay, you could be rescued. You wouldn't have to decompress in the same way as you would if you were coming up from a submarine.
Now I'd have to ask my cousin because she's the professional diver.
No, you would have. The problem is,
or
if
the
your
guys
navigation system doesn't work,
Navy.
You can't set your trajectory.
Years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have a 1.2% ratio that, on a 360-degree circle of how you have to come in for a landing.
Right.
Otherwise, you bounce off. Or come in too steep and you burn up.
Right.
To hit that with a human pilot, just
winging it.
Yeah. Your chances are nil. You have to stay up there till you get rescued. Yeah. And that's totally possible. Here's the thing. With a submarine, it is too.
Right.
Because
I guess that they could put devices that made it float back up.
No, they can transfer every seaman.
But
that sounds horrible.
Okay, so would they transfer him through an airlock with another, submarine?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, because see, that's what I was like.
Because then your compression is the same.
If you were way down there, you couldn't just be rescued because you would get the bends and die anyways because it would be too.
It is very easy to compress.
Or the pressure.
To create the pressure in a 3x3 by 3 foot tube. Right?
Okay.
3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot.
I see what you're saying.
Friend, if you take a tube and put it down in over top of the other's hole. Frick, I'm losing my C words.
S-E-A or the letter C.
Hatch.
The hatch
it's
of
hatch.
The other one?
Yes.
Okay.
You can compress just that area to match both ships.
Okay, so then you could just transfer everybody onto the other one and blow them up.
And then leave a bomb in the other ship, in the one submarine, and go.
Kabooby?
Yes. Friend,
Would they blow
But
it
in a
up?
spaceship,
They've done it twice
But in
so
a-
far
Oh,
for the
okay.
United States.
Huh.
unless they had solar, now I'm doing it.
Solar wings?
So solar sails, unless they had solar sails to catch solar winds. Yeah, exactly right. Woo. You're not going anywhere if you're in space. I mean, you're as the old saying goes, dead in the water.
But that's
But I've
what I'm
heard
saying.
about
You would
solar
be dead
sails.
if you were in
Yeah.
the water, right? No.
Well, yeah.
I think you'd be
Oh
dead
God,
before you hit the
Kayla,
water.
this is gonna
Yeah.
get interesting
But-
tonight.
Okay, but here's the thing. Nikki, you talked
Freaking
about
hell.
them not having gravity, and it made me wonder, why doesn't the International Space Station have gravity?
Because it doesn't spin fast enough.
Do you know why, though?
Nope.
Because they don't want to. It's specifically designed to study the effects of microgravity. But additionally, the station was not built to withstand the structural stress of rotation.
Oh, okay. There you go.
And
That's what I was
its
saying.
small
It doesn't
size,
rotate fast
well,
enough.
no, but its small size would make the required spin rate uncomfortably dizzying. It would
Yeah.
affect everyone on board.
Well, yeah. It would
Oh, yeah, your
completely fuck
equilibrium, you're screwed.
up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Huh.
And remember, do not take milk products into space because in space, no one can hear you scream.
So,
That could be taken two ways, and the one way is really gross, Robert.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh.
Holy shit. Holy Christ.
no. Okay, so that brings
God.
up a really awkward thing for me to ask you, but,
How do spacemen poop?
no, so if
Oh.
you were to launch like a gallon of milk into the vacuum of space, okay?
Ice cream.
Obviously it would like freeze because it's too cold out there and everything else, right?
Yep.
But
Yep.
would it spoil?
I don't know. I don't think so. There's no microbacterial
Right?
agents in space that affect
So-
it. So
And,
Now, wait a minute. There is bacteria.
But
We've been
automatically,
able
no.
to scientifically prove that.
it wouldn't matter.
no.
It wouldn't spoil as long as it was still there.
Yeah, because it would be
Mhm.
frozen.
Yes.
Right? Huh.
So as long, because here's the thing.
Upon
no matter
entry.
what we do, if you buy a jug of, if you buy a jug of milk, there is always bacteria inside the jug.
Yeah.
But that bacteria is a small enough amount that it can't hurt you until it starts growing.
So what you're saying here, Nikki, is that on re-entry, we would have cottage cheese.
Mm.
Or it would become fully pasteurized because it heated.
There'd be no cream separation.
That just really hit me in a
You
weird
do
way.
realize on re-entry there'd be nothing left.
Can you imagine if you died from a galactic, like, gallon of milk coming and smashing into you? Like, just...
Actually, now I just want someone to put a heat shield on a gallon of milk.
That'd be like a rock. That'd be like a gigantic heavy rock flying through space. Oh,
Or it'd
man,
become
frozen milk.
powderized. Powdered milk.
Sorry.
Oh my.
Oh, that would still have to go on your,
Oh,
Headstone?
mercy. Talk
Oh,
about
you're
space
cool,
debris.
Now, okay, so if something like that, okay, were to be launched into space and then landed on an alien planet with the bacteria that is in, like, milk products or anything like that, could that just, like, completely wipe out any species that...
so that, here's the thing. We are finding out that we might have already done that.
Oh, jeez.
It'd be like the red weed in War of the Worlds.
Right?
So-
Is
It'd be,
it?
although it'd be white weed.
Oh,
I want to say it's Titan, but I
Oh,
don't think
interesting.
that's right.
The moon of Titan?
Yeah. We might have already killed something that was there.
Oh, by that probe thing that we launched down there?
Because, no.
Titan is a moon planet off
Yeah.
of Neptune.
Neptune moon?
No. Jupiter?
No.
Is that what you're talking about?
Isn't it Jupiter's largest moon?
What? I'm not awake yet. I'm sorry.
Friend.
No, it's I think so. I don't know.
Can you look it up, please? Friend.
What am I looking up again?
What? Where?
Titan.
Titan.
Titan E.
I believe it revolves around Jupiter.
Titan is the moon of which planet? Come on, Googie.
It might be
Do
Saturn.
your thing. It's Saturn.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, and that's why that makes more sense to me now.
Because they liked it and they put a ring on it.
No, we launched a probe out to Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been orbiting Saturn for 10 years. Lasted way beyond what it was actually built to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But parts have fallen off. Different shields fell off throughout the years. One of them landed on
Titan.
And
okay,
on
so
the next rotation, they took pictures of Titan and the shield on it. And found bacteria growing. And they think it's Earth bacteria.
Okay, well that would make sense.
Well, that's interesting.
But there's other spots that used to have bacteria on the surface of Titan growing. Or something akin to bacteria. And they're now dead spots.
So we killed it by dropping a heat shield.
It's a possibility, yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Huh.
So that's why when the Saturn orb started to go out,
yeah,
they launched it directly at the planet.
Yeah, because it burnt up and then it couldn't affect any of the outer moons. It couldn't affect the planet. Yeah, okay. But see...
Now, till the late 90s, we were not good at this. Straight
but that's
we
what I'm saying. With
space.
the amount of space debris and stuff that the humans have launched out there, or that's just randomly
orbiting. My God, there's so much junk.
There's a goddamn Tesla somewhere out there. That kind of crap. Okay? It seems like we would be affecting a hell of a lot of potentially life-sustaining planets just by having our garbage floating around everywhere.
Yeah, Earth's a garbage. It has a garbage ring.
Yeah, we have a garbage ring. A lot of it hasn't made it to other planets.
Yeah.
But the probes that we've sent out and the smaller unmanned aircraft, friend, they have caused problems.
Okay. So, if somebody grabbed that one probe that we sent out, and I'm telling you, I don't know if I didn't get enough sleep or what's wrong with me tonight, but we sent out that one probe that has the golden disc on it that tells about humanity and has all the pictures of everything and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and we shot that into super deep space.
Yes, it has now left the
Voyager.
Yeah.
Voyager.
So
it's now left the inner solar system.
Right. So if some alien species or some planet, if that either landed on it or they were like, what is this? And pulled it into their ship or whatever, do you think that there would still be enough Earth bacteria on that to kill off that whole species?
According to what we've learned from the ISS, that bacteria will continue to grow the entire time.
Okay, so it would just be one gooey bacteria ball by the time that it reaches some other solar system.
Yep.
Well, okay, so that brings into account when people talk about that certain meteors, certain asteroids, stuff like that, they look like a ship or something, like that Moa that everybody was talking about for a long time, that it looked like one of those cigar-shaped ships or whatever. So could it be? And then all of the rock and stuff that was around it was just their form of bacteria, because it seems like every living species would have something different about it, or their bacteria would grow differently or whatever. Ours is kind of slimy and disgusting.
Is that what you're talking? Atlas 3i?
3i.
No, she's talking
about
Muamua. Oumuamua.
Yeah, it was the long cigar-shaped one that people were seeing and saying that it looked like it was like a spaceship, and like there were all kinds of speculations on what it was.
Yeah, this cigar spaceship.
Yeah. So could that just be like their form of bacteria that crystallized in space?
It's possible. It doesn't mean that's what it is, though. But like, it's very possible.
Oh, you know, that's it. That they say that that's where like octopuses came from. Now, whether or not you believe that, I don't know. But I mean, they say that like octopuses are from a different
porpoise.
Yeah, and that
Dolphins,
like a meteor
whales.
or something hit at some point, and an octopus was created from that.
Now,
space.
Here's the issue. Now, putting aside what we as
humans,
no, as a paranormal group, no. According to mainstream science research, there is no proof that any bacteria we have ever found outside of planet Earth didn't come from planet Earth.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's true. That is true.
I mean, we found things on Mars now that they are considering ancient microbiology.
Yeah.
But the problem is, we don't actually have a way to test how old that is at this point on the planet of Mars.
Yeah.
And therefore, it could just be something from the Apollo missions that went that far.
Well, not only that, but I mean, at the same time, if you think about all of the impacts that we've had on Earth throughout history, okay? So, like the, oh god, I can't remember. The one that killed the dinosaurs, that big impact that happened.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't tell me that some of the dust and some of the debris and stuff from the actual impact didn't make it into the solar system. I mean, because it would shoot it out into the atmosphere, too.
Yeah.
So
You'd hit the Earth and then explode out.
Yeah, so any of that would also have
debris.
Types of bacteria and life and everything on it.
You're not getting it.
What?
How governments work.
Huh.
You just said you can't tell me. Yes, I can. Watch.
Well,
it didn't.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Look how easy that was.
The narrative. The control narrative.
But it seems like okay, so if something like that happened and it was like 66 million years ago that the impact happened that killed off like the dinosaurs or whatever.
Okay.
So if that,
I don't know how we. Okay.
I know.
Can I say something quick?
We got a little skewed.
No, how the fuck did we go from 65 to 66? When we've only been around for 10,000 years.
Yeah, I was wondering
and
that
we
too,
only discovered dinosaurs like 150 years ago.
Because it was always 65 million years ago, and now everywhere says it's 66 million years ago. But I don't know. Maybe science got crazy and they like realized we were off by a mil. I'm not sure. But yeah, when I was a kid, it was always 65 million years ago.
And if we passed another million, why did we not celebrate all the dinosaurs' birthdays? What the fuck?
Yeah, well.
How rude are you?
But, okay, so the impact that came, anyways, and we've had several impacts before that were, like, earth-altering and everything else. Supposedly we had that whole other planet of, like, Theia or something that smashed into us that created our moon and all that jazz. Okay? So, if there were life at that point, which there was, then any of those rocks, any of the debris that came off of that would be floating around in space too and become like little baby meteors and stuff like that over time. So all of that would have certain types of microbacterias and everything in it too. So wouldn't we just be either completely seeding other planets or devastatingly killing off other planets with any of that debris that was coming off of us?
Nikki, Robert, do you mind if I answer this as a NASA employee?
Yeah.
Over it.
So,
Go right ahead.
to answer your question, we here at NASA have always been very conscious of our environment, including the solar system environment, and we have done our best to keep it clean and not spread our bacteria everywhere.
Okay. Thank you, spokesman for NASA. Okay.
What? Don't give me that look.
And it's because the meteor hit that killed the dinosaurs that we have soap.
That's true.
So that's why we don't drop the soap in the jails.
You know, it's also
Brought it back all the way around.
also
Look
why
at
we
Robert
have
with the reach around.
oil.
Whoa.
Hey, do not talk about dropping soap and reaching around. Come on, man.
What's the problem? Kayla getting excited again?
Imagine how excited she'd get
God.
if she dropped the Pope on a rope soap.
The Pope on. Oh my God. That is not what I thought you said.
What did we buy for Hunter?
We bought him a lobster soap that was on a rope for his 18th birthday, and told him not to get in trouble now that he's an adult, or he might need to use this.
Oh dear. Things in families. God, that cracks me up.
That's just called good parenting.
No, jeez.
Scared him straight.
Jeez.
He ran straight to the fucking military.
Yeah, he was probably thinking, I gotta get the fuck out of this family.
Oh, mercy.
Just so everyone knows, our boy is doing great. He's in Florida and training at the base.
Oh, good.
There, so.
Yeah, he's doing
Good.
really good.
And he hasn't touched an alligator because I told him not to. Friend, so.
He told me the other day he hasn't even seen an alligator.
Good.
He's
That's the
like,
way it should be.
I'm just stuck on base. I haven't gone off base, and there's really no alligators on base, so I haven't even seen one.
Friend, actually, you guys know Robert Irwin?
Yeah,
He got death rolled.
that's the son of Steve Irwin.
Yeah, he got death rolled by an alligator or a croc.
Ugh, jeez.
Friend, it was his pet.
Uh-huh.
Friend,
Jeez.
How come that always happens with dangerous pets? Weird.
it doesn't.
Really?
Yeah.
I got an oddball question for the two of you. As parents, do you know if your son is intending on going for SEALs?
You can't.
Going
Yeah,
into? Okay.
Not with what he's doing.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
so
I had a
the-
weird image when somebody said something, and I'm just trying to understand what I saw.
Also, he's Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
SEALs are
Got
Navy.
it.
So,
Yeah,
friend,
but you.
and the Air Force does not have. Well, okay.
Well,
I
they
almost
do.
screwed up.
They do.
They have an elite unit, but unless you're a pilot, you're not eligible.
Got it.
Because it is Top Gun. That is an actual unit.
Well,
So no chance of
Also-
meeting up with David Boreanaz?
Friend, not for Hunter. Friend, not unless they want a nice big gun. Because that is what he is doing. Friend, so I don't even actually know if he'll get the chance to go up.
Right.
yeah.
Friend,
I don't know if he'd want it. He's always been afraid of that kind of stuff, which is weird that he joined the Air Force, but whatever. Actually, Kim was talking about at one point, joining the Navy, so maybe you're getting a future cast.
we'll see. I mean, she's like her parents. She floats like a rock.
Yeah, she does.
So, we're all avid swimmers at the bottom.
Shut up! I actually love swimming, and I'm really good at it. Leave me alone.
Okay.
Anyway.
It was like when you said you could
That's a
play
water baby.
Mm-hmm.
I remember someone saying how good they were at the violin too. Do you
Oh
remember
yeah,
who that was?
that was bad. That was bad. I thought I was good until I wasn't.
Yeah. Most people don't
I grew
expect,
up with violins.
well, but most people don't expect that when you make a claim like that, the other person is going to pull out a violin and say, "Here."
Here, show us. And I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a real long time. I am not as good as. Okay, I suck.
Fran. So, yeah, Robert tried to bring us back around, so I am going to continue with that.
Bring it around.
The second prison that is considered one of the most infamous, doing, that has been closed and doing visiting nights and stuff like that for the paranormal people.
Brushing down.
Fran, is Eastern State Penitentiary in Pennsylvania, United States.
Oh, okay.
It was in operation from 1829 until 1971. This Philadelphia-based prison was designed to inspire penitence.
That's the Quaker-inspired prison, right?
Total isolation, famously driving many inmates insane. Now a crumbling ruin, it is widely considered one of the most haunted sites in the country. Guests regularly report shadowy figures darting through the cells, distant maniacal laughter, and distant bodies whispered echoing down the cell blocks.
Wasn't that the one that Al Capone was also at for a period of time?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I don't know. It might,
Eastern State?
I don't think he was at... I don't think he... I think he spent time at a few different prisons, did he not? Did he not get caught more than once? Nikki?
Sorry.
Yeah, no, Eastern State
he was in and out of... He wasn't... Well, I don't remember about jails, but I remember him showing me images of a couple of different prisons, and then it was all guts,
blood and gore.
Human, blood, guts, and gore. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you for saying that, Kayla.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I'm
so yeah, they got him on tax evasion, if I remember right.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that it was Eastern State in Philadelphia that Al Capone was at for a while. In the I believe so.
He mostly talked to me about Chicago. He talked to me about New York, Chicago, and Florida, and one other location, and I can't seem to recall it, because the other ones I've got images. This other one I don't.
So
I just remember him talking about it, but I can't seem to pull it back up.
Juliet.
Yeah.
Brian,
well, locations he was in, business stuff that he was doing, those are the kinds of things.
Yeah, but I imagine...
Wasn't so much... And a lot of gunfire. Oh my God, the amount of gunfire.
When he got caught in, locally, when he was in Chicago, he probably got sent straight to Juliet first. Well, I don't imagine them keeping him in a jail. Like a precinct jail.
Mm-hmm.
He was too big.
Too big of a name. Yeah.
For those that aren't scared by shit, though, the Pennsylvania prison, during the fall they host Halloween nights, and then you can find daytime tour passes and event tickets via Eastern State Penitentiary's official website.
Huh. Interesting.
Which is what I was going to say.
If I'm going to use them for the show, I'm going to tell them where they can buy tickets.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Might as well.
What is it? Okay, the Shawshank Redemption one, was that Ohio State Penitentiary?
I have no idea.
Oh my God. I used to know that info.
Well, it's called Shawshank.
Well, yeah, but I think that's Ohio that Shawshank was. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry. That was weird, but...
You have that whole thing right in front of you.
I know, it's called the internet.
Yeah, you don't know how to spell Shawshank. That's the problem, isn't it?
Let me look up something.
Trying to figure out how to do this without spelling Shawshank.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know how to spell it either.
Shaw, check this out.
S-H-A-W, Shank.
The Ohio State Reformatory.
So yeah, okay, it was Ohio. Okay, so I
K.
just looked up this, though, and yes, the Eastern State Penitentiary has one of the highlights of the tours and stuff that they do is the plush cell of Al Capone remains a highlight of the tour.
Okay.
So, yes, he was
There you go.
It's the one where he got a really good
Where
cell.
he got that really, really nice...
Because he was allowed to pay for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yes.
Because Alcatraz, he was just in general
pop. This one, he paid for...
Because they don't do that there. They never did.
Beautiful cell. So it remains part of their tour because he got such a nice cell.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it is not a coincidence that two of the most haunted and dangerous prisons in the world are in the United States. But I do want to clarify that is only because other countries do not report what goes on in theirs.
Not as freely as we do. Not a lot of them. Yeah.
But our number 3 is not in the United States.
Okay.
Australia.
No. Nope.
Mm.
But,
Or New Zealand. Sorry.
no, but you're almost directly straight across. The way.
Oh, well, see,
Where are we at?
I saw a documentary on a prison that was an island. And I can't remember. I thought it was off of Australia, and then I thought, well, maybe it's off of New Zealand. But it's an hour by boat outside of whatever the main island is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's off of another country. And it was fascinating how they dealt with things. I was like, wow, okay, this is not a normal prison type of situation.
Yeah. It wasn't
But
this
they have
prison that you
lifers.
saw a documentary on then. Because you are the last person I would ever think to find this one interesting.
Okay, what is it?
Friend,
Okay, what is it?
Shepton Mallet Prison in Somerset, UK.
Okay.
Dating back to 1625, Britain's oldest prison was notorious for its brutal execution history and horrendous living conditions. It housed both military prisoners and the most violent civilian offenders in the country. The prison is rife with ghost stories, including frequent sightings of the Lady in White and reports of unseen hands physically pushing visitors. Now, if you're in the UK or you have the means to go there,
That's what I was thinking, Robert.
this is the one I would suggest to go to on a tour. Because if you are feeling brave, they offer overnight ghost haunts
Interesting.
and evening behind bars experiences.
Ew.
They will lock you in a cell for the night.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm good with my freedoms.
And you can book these at the Shepton Mallet Prison official site.
I don't think I'd be able to handle being... no.
You couldn't be locked in a room.
No. I can't even be in like a closed door room for several hours at a time. Like, I wouldn't be able to handle a cell.
Friend.
But,
like...
So, okay, when we're talking about, like, haunted places and, like, there's a lot of people that have come up with, like, why are prisons so haunted? Why are institutions so haunted? Like, all of these things. Hey, and really, if you think about a prison, like, just like a house, there's certain people that have lived there for most of their life. Like, and where else are they going to go and haunt?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. We are missing places off this list that, in my personal opinion, I consider them prisons. I do not consider them justifiable prisons because everyone that went there did nothing wrong.
Okay, so you're talking more like...
The concentration camps in Germany should be considered on this list.
Oh, God, no. Yes and no.
Like,
oh, Jesus.
No, because it's horrendous. But, at the same time, they were places that people were locked up.
They take tourists there.
Yeah, they do.
Well, and just like...
Only during the day, though. They do not allow overnight they don't allow ghost hunters in there.
Well, and just like I was saying, like with the concentration camps, like you were talking, certain old like mental institutions and stuff should be considered on that list too. In that case.
Yes,
absolutely,
agreed.
Friend. The hardest part about that is most of the original ones are done. They're gone.
Right, but I mean, a lot of those were like even worse than the worst of the prisons. Like, at least there they somewhat treated you like a human being. Like,
well, and that's the thing. A few of these places did also take patients rather than prisoners. Shepton Mallet Prison did have a mental ward, as well as from what I hear, like from what I've read online, Alcatraz also had a small mental ward.
now this sounds terrible too, but also some of the old TB wards. Okay.
Oh
like,
yeah,
I
you still can't go into some of them.
there.
No, and like,
No,
okay,
you
so
can't.
This is
They're-
what
they're
people
contaminated.
don't understand is that TB lives for like fucking ever.
Yeah.
And once you've had that many patients with that particular issue in one area, that shit is into
contaminated.
the foundation. Like, you cannot
Yeah.
go into those places unless you want to get TB. Like,
Bryn,
so that makes me wonder if that's
A
why
virulent.
there are certain
virulent forms.
places that
Yeah.
just sit there completely like guarded and everything. Like, you are not allowed in this like old institution, or you are not allowed on the grounds of this, not just because of the fact that they don't want you in there, but because of the fact that there's contaminants like TB and stuff in a lot of those places.
Toxic.
Bryn,
They make it toxic. Oh God, I just heard the phrase "toxic hunting grounds."
yeah, and
Holy crap!
I know a lot of them are trying to clean it up. Like, where's your mom work?
Furcrest School in Shoreline.
Yes, they have.
Had a
They
TB ward.
according to an ex-employee, quite a few years back, they removed the actual TB ward and removed the foundation.
And did a ground like
And
burning
there's
salting
no
to it.
information about what they did with the cement that was poured for the original foundation.
Mm-hmm.
But I would imagine it was something that was that the CDC approved to get rid of TB.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What was the name of this school?
Furcrest an institution in Shoreline for mentally disabled.
Okay.
If I remember right, it's still in operation, isn't
It
it?
is in operation still, yes.
Fran.
It is one of the few in Washington State that's a state-run institution for developmentally disabled people.
So, but they have shut down their TB ward, and it was off limits to everyone. It had huge fencing around it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like that Paveglia Island that Idiot Baggins went to.
Oh yeah. But you gotta think so too that like, and you bring up a good point, which is all of these places that used to hold people with diseases like TB, well, they become infected. So even if you tear them down, what do you do with the byproduct? What do you do with
the remains of the buildings?
Of the building, like the cement, everything else, because
there are many
all
options.
of that's still infected as well.
There are many options. And
And
I cannot verify whether these are great options.
Well, I guess you could incinerate it.
Well, we have a lot of areas like lithium mines that need to be filled in.
Mm-hmm.
And there is nothing wrong with burying that shit almost a kilometer underneath the ground.
Yeah.
And then there's also the option of taking it on a barge and putting it straight out into the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, but then we get a whole bunch of TB fish.
Well, no, they don't, because it doesn't affect them the same way, supposedly. And by the time it reaches about 100 feet down, that destroys microbiome. Like it would destroy TB.
Well, and I guess then it would
It can't survive in that much pressure.
A base for re-life too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like there is options for it.
Mm-hmm.
Wherein I don't know which one is the best, and I don't know which one they use.
Yeah. No, I just that just brought up an interesting point for me because I was like, well, what do they do with that shit?
And I do want to clarify something. I know I said that I believe that places like that should be on these lists. That does not mean I am telling you to go try and get into them. Friend, if anything, that means that these places, I believe, most of them will have spirits at them, but give them the respect they deserve.
Yes, absolutely.
These are not prisoners.
Agreed.
And they weren't prisoners in life. Not ones that deserve to be imprisoned. So...
No, I mean, there's gotta be a lot of places like... Okay, so there's been concentration type camps in a lot of different countries. Okay, or what they would call like work camps, or there's been 1.5 million different names for these places, country to country, and it seems like there would be a lot of them that were like severely haunted. I mean, that's a traumatic experience for the people that were housed there, that were like taken there, and it seems like there'd be a lot of residual spirit in a lot of those places.
Well,
just mainly for anger purposes alone. Like,
yeah. I know that there are areas in Canada that are considered that way because of the residential schools alone. Even though our like governments will never consider those prisons, they were.
Yeah. Well, I mean, us as the U.S., we have had throughout our history several different things that would be considered on the verge of concentration camps. Like, if not actual full-fledged concentration camps. Like, if you think about what we did to, like, Asian Americans.
Yes, I was just thinking that.
I don't know if our view is just skewed.
Awful.
Well, and I can't say that. I don't know if my view is skewed. Just because of an inability to accept both timelines as the same timeline.
No, I get what you're saying.
I view the U.S. as having one of the worst histories in the world.
Well, we did a lot of really fucking terrible shit.
Everything that's been done to other people.
Mm-hmm.
But
and see, I look at it as it's not just the U.S. There's a few countries.
Well, but I mean, globally, can I really say that too? Like, think of what the Romans did to the friggin' Persians.
What?
The Egyptians.
The Egyptians.
Well, I mean, anywhere where there's been a civilization, there's periods of that history that have been very fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's across the entire planet. I do have to agree.
I think my view is skewed just because these ones affect me more because I'm here.
Well, not only do they affect you more because you're here, but they're more recent history. So, when you think about, like, the Egyptians, when you think about the Romans, that's almost on a completely different scale just because it was so long ago.
Okay.
But when you think about, like...
Let me add Germans, Russians, and Indians.
North Koreans. Yeah. No.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get into that, too, it's like that old saying, like, if it didn't directly affect you, because, like, if you've never been to there, if you've never seen it firsthand, if you've never, like, heard all of the stories of the histories and everything else, it's like a wildfire happening across the country. You don't think about it as being as devastating as it was because it didn't happen to you.
Well, and I actually consider it, like, the darkest side of an old adage that we love to use here in the United States.
Mm.
And Canada and
Yeah. North America.
Well, I believe even Australia you would use this one. The grass is always greener on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't think, because, okay, so when you live in a specific area, it's all about that local economy. It's all about what happens locally to you. And
Fucking
you don't
chicken prices.
think globally. Like, we as a species don't think globally. We think about our neighbors, we think about our friends, we think about the things that affect our day-to-day. But we don't really think about stuff that happens to somebody on the other side of the earth. Unless it directly affects us in some way, or we end up reading about it, or something like that, we would never even know that that happened.
And that's how many people are across this planet.
To a point, I think we're getting a little bit better at that, as a society, we do realize, and it's always got to start with little stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we all realize gas prices suck everywhere.
Right.
Not just where we are.
Food prices, too.
Yeah. Food prices suck everywhere.
Well, it's like that. Okay, so
prices suck everywhere.
So, for instance, like the big flood that happened here, that affect us locally. Okay? For anybody who doesn't know, in December we had a gigantic flood come through Washington and take out a lot of our areas and mess up a lot of people's properties.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
But, when we went to Louisiana for Hunter's thing, when we were visiting some relatives in Louisiana, none of them would have even known that happened if it hadn't been for the fact that Mom was talking to her about what happened. Because it just didn't make international news. It was just locally happening, and even though it was devastating and it was a FEMA call and all of this stuff,
no one else knew about it.
Nobody else even really heard about it unless their family was directly affected and had told them about it. It's just like the hurricane that happened over there. Like they had said on the news, yeah, there was a hurricane that came through and it was a cat this and blah, blah, blah. But you didn't see the after effects until we were there and we looked at it and went, holy shit, that was devastating for you guys.
And history takes a while to circulate.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that Australia had Aborigines, but also was used by the British as a penal colony.
Yep.
Friend, what I just found out tonight, before the show, so was Louisiana. The state of Louisiana was originally used as a penal colony for the British over here.
Huh. I didn't know that either.
Friend.
Well, I knew that they had a penal colony. I just didn't know it was in Louisiana.
It was the whole state.
That actually makes sense. It was the whole state. Oh my god.
Well, okay. So
but they did it differently here.
Mm-hmm.
You got a piece of land and a wife.
Oh, that's weird.
And you were told to live out your days.
Huh.
Yeah, because they were used to forms of society, which is why, you didn't want to do anything wrong because you didn't want to go across the pond.
Yeah.
Essentially. Because you would be then going into the wilderness. I mean, sheer wilderness. You're dropped off and there you go.
Okay.
Yep.
Like, this one really hit me really hard when we were in Louisiana, too. And, you hear about and you read about, all of the stuff that happened on plantations. Okay? When we went and actually did the plantation tours, we went to 2 different big plantations along the Mississippi River. And when we went and did the plantation tours, and you actually saw in person the size of the places and the amount of people that were put into that one particular place, and the type of conditions that people really lived in, and like you saw firsthand and were able to like walk through the area, it gave you a completely different perspective on how shitty that must have really been. Like, because the one that we went to was a sugarcane plantation, and they showed like the pots and stuff that they had to use to boil and to like reduce the sugarcane and everything. And I had no idea the amount of people that died reducing sugarcane.
Oh yeah.
Because of how dangerous
of the fumes,
and how volatile
and
it
the heat.
was. And the fact that it was like 120 degree weather, and people would be standing and stoking sugarcane, and they would die of heat stroke, they would die of, and like all of these things that they write about in books that you can pick up and you can read, when you see it firsthand, it's a totally different experience. Because you go, oh my god, that is... Like, there was one area that we went to that showed the, like, the quarters that they lived in.
Mm-hmm.
And this little tiny shack that they had set up with, like, nothing in it housed 35 people in them.
Yep.
And I'm like, where would you couldn't even stand 35 people in here.
Nope.
Like, I don't understand how they functioned at all with that many people in something that was like a footprint of 200 square feet. Had 35 people living in it? Like, what?
Yeah, I can tell you how. I can tell you how because the farm workers in Mount Vernon in the 1980s were living in what many people called shacks. They were buildings, and you had outdoor toilets, no hot water, you had cold water only, and you had old 1950s, 1960s washing machines that could be plugged into an outside plug on a wall. And many different people, they'd plug it in, and you'd have a washing machine and the wringer, and all of your clothes get hung up. And the only time you spent any time in those buildings was to sleep. Those were sleeping buildings, and usually only sleeping buildings. Now, if it's rain weather, then there were community gathering, kind of like kitchen type buildings with I was going to call them buckboards. That's not what I meant. Bench seats and kind of like a picnic table, and that's your kitchen. That's where folks stayed, and you were fortunate if you had a fireplace. So that's what I learned is, and that's very real. That's from the 1980s. They did that all the way through, I think, 88 or 89, according to what I've been told. And I don't even think those buildings are there anymore.
Realize,
but
though, that's
what
not
I
just
learned,
happening
it's
on
very
farms.
similar.
Yeah.
No, it's happening. Yeah, there's a lot
We are
of...
getting to the point where we are having 4 generational homes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, you have to. Nobody
In
can
American
afford
society... Yeah, in society, that's what's taking place, because just exactly what Kayla said, people cannot afford.
Well, okay,
so
now
they're
here's-
finding ways to make things work.
And back in the days of the plantations, it was because the owners didn't want to spend that much to house the slaves.
Yeah.
Now it's the fact that no one can literally afford to live on their home in a house.
Yeah, well, okay, so this was the other thing that I thought was culturally strange, is that when I was growing up, so when I hit my, 18, 19 years old, right? If you were talking to somebody and they said that they lived, at their parents' house, or they lived in their parents' basement or something of that nature,
Mm-hmm.
that was almost laughable because you were like, you're 20 years old and you live with your parents still? You know, like that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Okay? Now, you can talk to somebody, they can be 45 years old and they can tell you they live with their parents and you're like, awesome, I live with my aunt and uncle. Like, it is...
Yeah.
It has become completely non-taboo for somebody to say that they're still living at home or they're living with an obscure relative or something of that nature, where when I was coming into my adulthood, it was very like, haha, like, whoa, you must really suck as a person to not be able to move out on your own and do your own thing. Like
1980s, 1990s, there were people that I knew that were 35, 45, even 48, close to 50, and were living with their parents because it was to their mutual benefit, because mom and dad couldn't do the lawn anymore, but they could maintain maybe the garden, but they couldn't do the push mower or the electric mower and stuff like that. And it was very, man, people got a lot of shit for that kind of stuff. And it's like, you know, it was out of necessity even back then for many. It wasn't, oh, you're dumb, you're stupid, you have no money, you're a bum, people were
that's what the thing
really derogatory against folks like that.
It was thought of that way. It was thought
yes,
of,
it was.
well, you still live at home?
Yes.
Like, what the hell?
But that's the thing. Okay.
And now it's like, oh, okay,
and
so
that's
does
in
everybody
America,
else.
but
no, it's not.
Huh.
But
That's
that was
the
in
problem.
America. It's not like that across the globe. There's so many different cultures where family comes first. You stay with family until
you're either married and have your own
married.
family.
But
and
it's entitlement.
Yes.
Because here's the thing.
That
old
too.
adage that those who don't know their history are doomed to repeat it is very freaking true. But it doesn't mean the history will come out in the same way.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's true.
We had multi-generational homes in the early days of the United States, but it also wasn't a freaking choice.
No.
Now it's not a choice, but it's accepted.
Mm-hmm.
On a broader scale. It doesn't mean it's fully accepted. Not everyone accepts that.
Yeah.
Friend, put it towards gamers. It is still one of the biggest insults to say you live in your mom's basement.
Right.
Friend, as a society, we still have not learned full empathy. Or sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
And
empathy really makes a difference.
Where we are learning sensitivity, it's not in the right spots, in my personal opinion.
For some of it,
we
absolutely.
oversensitize a lot of things that don't need to be and ignore things that are happening right in front of us.
Yes.
Do you guys remember a viral video that went, it was a 20-ish black guy sitting on a couch and talking about a school trip he went on in Mississippi. Anybody have an idea what I'm talking about?
Oh, the one where his yes, I do.
Okay. So the school in Mississippi that was prominently African American took their 5th grade students to go pick cotton at a plantation.
Oh, yes, I do remember this.
And these kids were all excited. They were like, rock on, we're going to pick some cotton. Friend. But at the end of the day, before they left, they took all the cotton back. They didn't let them keep it. Friend. That's horrible. And it's deplorable on the school that they actually took these kids there.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason it went viral wasn't because, like, it was a funny story. It went viral because the mom actually went to the school and had every administrator admonished for what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they are. They're cotton picking minds.
Yeah, right? Like, it is one of those things where, like, we as a society, sometimes just don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we need to correct that. Otherwise, we are going to fully relive history, and our history sucks.
Yeah, we don't want to relive certain parts of this history. Trust me. It's not good.
No, we really don't.
It's not good.
It is the reason that in the early 1900s to the late 1900s, we needed places like Alcatraz. We created those people as a society.
Mm-hmm.
We need to not recreate them. We're not continuing.
You mean okay, you need to be specific.
The prisoners.
Thank you.
No,
Yeah.
okay. So there are certain people that I would say have I can't think of the word, but that are prone.
Precocious?
That
No.
are prone to be a specific way. Okay? That, like,
whatever.
I'm not going to necessarily say evil, but, like, they're born different. Like, they have something that's misfiring in their system that causes them to do horrible shit no matter what kind of upbringing, no matter what ends up happening in this person's life. They are predisposed, I guess, to having violent outbursts or to having these things. Okay? But then there are societal creations. And it's because we do horrible shit to each other and expect it not to affect the psyche of the people that we are doing this to.
Yep.
And then we wonder, well, why did they do this? That's horrible. They're such a terrible person. Well, you're the reason that they are. Because of the things that you have done to them and expected them to just get over. Like, we have a lot to learn when it comes to other people's thought processes and feelings and everything else that I think if you took the time to actually see a person as a whole and not just, oh, that guy, it would have made a lot of these things happen very differently. And I think, and I know that this is going to be a very unpopular opinion here, but it's the way that we treat people from the time that they're born. Like, our CPS foster care systems and everything, that portion of our world is broken. We do it in the wrong way. We house unhoused people in the wrong way. Like, and when we give $1 to a guy that's on the street that has a sign, a lot of people will do that and then be like, look at how much I helped that person today. But it's helping in the moment, but that's not changing the outcome necessarily of that person's thing. It's not going to make them a completely different person because you put $1 in their can. We have to actually take it and figure out what will help and what we can actually do and what we can change to make it so that people have a damn chance.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people are probably wondering, how does this pertain to the paranormal? Well, we have a lot of angry spirits across this earth. And some were angry because of what they did and what they can no longer do. But a lot of them are angry because of what was done to them in their life.
Yep. Which is why they're earthbound.
Exactly. But if we stop adding to that number, primarily the best idea for ghost hunters is to be out of a job.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people don't like that idea, but it's true. If we, not out of a job really, because there's always going to be spirits that hang around. Because not everyone wants to leave. And not because they're angry, not because they're mad, but because they feel like they have a duty to this earth. Or to something on this earth. And that's okay. But our job needs to change too. Our job needs to, like, not our job. Our fuck, I can't call it a hobby either. Nikki, what the hell would I call us?
Our group, you mean?
Well, like, yeah, like, as our community, our paranormal community.
Yeah, we are a community.
Our job description as a community needs to change.
Mm-hmm.
Friend, we shouldn't have to be getting rid of spirits. Maybe interacting with them. But that starts with kindness when they're alive.
Well,
And you do have to, yeah, I agree. It does revolve around kindness, but it goes more than that.
But, Nikki, there is a difference between getting rid of them and helping them if they want to cross over and can't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Friend, if they want to cross over and
true.
you help them, that's still interacting with them, not getting rid.
Right, and that goes back to what I'm saying. Like, I would say, and this is just pulling a statistic out of my hat. I don't have any, like, evidence of this is the exact percentage or whatever. But I would say that a good 95% of people that commit horrendous crimes and stuff, it would have turned out very differently if we had not pushed them to that point. Like, there's always going to be that small percentage that is going to do it anyways. Because, like I said, there's either a misfire or there are people who would be considered true psychopaths.
But it also matters how we treat them.
Yes, because
the first time.
They can maybe not reform completely, but there are people with a lot of psychopathic tendencies and things like this that lead a pretty much normal, productive life.
And there have been studies to find tribes that actually can reform them.
Mm-hmm.
Through hugs.
It's more than hugs. They get dogs and other animals that a lot of the prisoners can work with.
No, like some of these tribes.
What, did I miss something?
Yeah, so there are tribes. I think I did.
Okay.
There are tribes out in the world that we have studied that they don't have prisons, they don't have excommunication. When someone does wrong in their tribe, they steal, they kill someone, they do anything horrendous.
Mm-hmm.
They are brought to the center of the tribe. It is explained to them by each member of the tribe why that hurt that person in particular. And then they're given hugs and forgiven. That
First,
is
I've heard of that.
Tribe there's a certain tribe in Africa that handles it that way. And no one fucks up more than once. According to the tribal chief, they do not have issues that are major anymore because of the way they handle their issues that they've had in the past.
So they're confronted and then forgiven, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
But through that confrontation, it also can be how strongly it affected the people that it affected.
Mm-hmm.
And I would highly suspect that it also talks to them about how important it is that it not just affect those specific people he affected, but those immediate people, but how it would affect the entire tribe.
Yeah, no, like that's the thing. Everyone in the tribe confronts him.
Well, basically, they're building empathy.
They build an entire circle around to the person, and then everyone takes a turn to confront him, and then
that's
everyone
a lot of people.
And then everyone takes a turn to as well forgive him.
That alone can be punishment for some people. I mean, some people would that would just humiliate them to a
Or
certain
it
level.
would show them
Or
how much people
that's just where I was going.
care enough about them to take the time out of their day to confront. That's what I'm saying. It's basically like a way of building empathy into somebody.
Yes.
So that they know that their actions affect other people too, not just...
Yeah, not just the ones that they took from. Yeah.
See,
fascinating thought.
Mm-hmm. And I think, like, our system as far as, like, prison and justice and everything else, a lot of our thought processes are pretty backwards, like, to what we do to people based off of the crime that they've committed. Like, and if you think about it, the amount of years that somebody gets for something like first-degree murder versus the amount of years that somebody gets for a white-collar crime like tax evasion are too close together. It's weird to me that somebody that can do something like that ends up in the same cell block with the same amount of years as somebody that, like, stole money from somebody. Like, it's... To me, it's a strange thought.
Concept, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it can get interesting when you start really thinking about how so many different countries, sorry, couldn't think of the word, how so many different countries deal with their criminals. I couldn't think of the word, once again. Makes it interesting when you start thinking about all of this and you start looking into the history or the dynamics, the sheer dynamics of everything and how it's all interactive, all interspersed, what's the word I'm looking for? It all plays together.
Well, I mean, like, in certain countries, back in the day, like, if you stole something, they would, like, chop off your hand. And then everybody that saw you would know that you were a thief. What I was saying. And because you were missing that hand and all of these different things, like, or they would do stuff like that made it very obvious that this person is to be shunned because of this that they did. And but then in other countries, for the same exact crime, you would get a slap on the wrist or you would be told, please don't do that again. Like, it is very strange to see the difference from country to country, from area to area, even within the same country, of what is and isn't. Because, like in the U.S., for instance, the weed laws, okay? So there are still people that are in prison for having possession of marijuana, and then in other areas it's been legalized and you can have X amount on you at any given time and it doesn't matter at all. Like, it's
every state has a amount limit.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean, like somebody could have back in the 80s, 90s been put into prison for 5 years for smoking a joint, where now it's like, oh, okay, that's Tuesday. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Brian, fun fact: did you guys know that the TSA recently made an announcement
about
they're no longer checking for domestic flights for marijuana?
Oh. That's interesting.
You're kidding.
Nope, you can travel with it.
Huh.
Friend.
I don't know that I still would.
I don't know if I would either.
It depends on if you're traveling from one state to another with 0 layovers that are both legal, I would.
Yeah, like if I'm going from here to Colorado.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But at the same point, why would you need to travel with it if you're going to another state where it's legalized? You could just grab it there.
Because you might... Well,
Well,
that
maybe
comes
it's like a
into whole nother
specific
reason.
thing
Yes.
or a specific
Yeah, that
strain
gets
or-
into a lot
Yeah.
of different reasons.
There are
Yeah.
some people that are very particular on what they have.
Yeah,
And
Yep.
that's true.
so,
And see, I don't know enough about it, like, to be like, oh, it has to be specifically this, and I just don't. But I do
It's for
understand.
different illnesses too.
I do understand at the same point because I do, and this is taboo, but I do smoke cigarettes, and they're different from country to country, from state to state in certain times.
Yeah.
And if I like a specific brand, and then I have to buy like some kind of off-brand, or if I have to buy something that's like stronger or whatever in a different area, then it completely screws me up because I'm not used to that particular brand.
well, I got
Bingo.
asked recently if I knew of
Or how
a
it's
place in
processed.
the United States that I could buy fruit-flavored cigarettes.
Fruit flavor.
First question was, why the fuck would you want to? Friend, because that just ruins it. But
Well,
second of all,
I guess it would be just like the.
Here I
didn't
am
realize-
smoking watermelon.
they're banned across the United
They're
States.
banned?
They cannot sell them.
They can't down here either.
But that seems weird to me because you can sell a vape
It
that
does
does
to
the
me.
same exact thing, and
Yeah.
it tastes like cotton
They track
candy
down vapes
or
down here
like
as well.
whatever.
Well, but then so I started looking
Wow,
into it a little
Robert.
bit. In the Middle East, you can buy blueberry flavored Camels.
That seems like an
Mm,
awkward
don't-
flavor. I don't know if I would
Don't
like that.
think I'd want to get caught with that camel toe.
Right.
Friend,
Well, and
Oh my.
I wonder if you can get pickle
Oh my.
flavored. You have to be able to get like pickle flavored. I would assume there's pickle flavored everything now.
Kayla,
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
no country is more
Pickle
enamored
juice.
with the idea of a pickle than the United States.
Mm.
Okay, we will do anything
Yeah.
with a pickle down here, and it's kind of weird.
Like
So-
But you have to
seriously,
get
they
big
have
ones.
like dill pickle flavored everything, and that's what I was like.
Kayla got a dill pickle flavor 5-hour energy.
I did because okay, I found it in Texas, and I was like, I gotta get this just because it's funny to me. But
And, to be clear, it's not an energy drink. It is just
it's
what
a
I would
shot of
think-
pickle juice.
yeah, it's a shot of pickle juice
Pickle
to
juice.
use for pre-workout.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
good God.
oh, now this actually okay because I've seen these in the grocery stores. You can get
Oh, that's messed up.
the same thing, but they're like frozen pickle pops. Okay, so
Oh dear.
it comes in like an otter pop. Okay,
Yeah.
but they're like little, so they only have like 1 ounce of pickle juice or whatever that has been frozen, and you're supposed to eat those before you work out, and it's supposed to like do something for you.
Well, pickle juice helps decrease migraines for some people,
Yeah.
I think it's all the salt in it.
you know, or muscle cramps. Yeah, it's a combination of the salt and the vinegar.
Well, in
So-
where is that? Turkey, isn't it? They have pickle juice bars.
Jeez.
Oh,
have no
yeah, I
idea.
think so.
Yeah, where you can go in and you can get like there's like 400 different types of pickle juice, and you just pick, and it comes in like little shot glasses, and you can have your little shot glass of pickle juice. And there's like spicy, there's this, there's that.
They've been around for 20 years
No.
in Canada, and I'm still not used to the idea of an oxygen bar.
What?
Friend, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they've got honey bars too.
Right. Well-
Where you go into a room and they've got little holes drilled in, but the bees can't get through the holes, and you go in and you sit in it because it helps with all kinds of bacterial infections and different things, and fascinating.
Yeah, Nikki,
but
this is just
they
for
they're considered
hangovers.
bars.
Yeah, you go, it's a highly oxygenated room.
No,
Isn't that it?
no, you get an actual mask.
Oh.
I used one of these once because I needed to. But you get an actual like oxygen mask, and you sit at the bar and just breathe.
Huh.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
And within 10 minutes, your hangover's gone.
That's weird. I don't know about all that.
I I don't know. I didn't grow a tail or anything from going in there, so I think I'm pretty good.
It's when you're breathing in oxygen, as I understand it, now I may be very wrong, but as I have understood it, it literally does something to the cells. It pushes certain things out of the cells. I don't quite understand that. And then your body sloughs the rest of it off.
Well,
that's as I understand it. But there are people that I know that are much more medical than I am.
Supposedly, the Air Force pilots have used it for years as a hangover cure.
It would surprise me.
Friend.
They used to do B-shot 12s amongst other things.
Yeah, like it supposedly it works really well. Friend, Robert, that is exactly, Friend, it feels so dumb.
Oh, God, he put one in a...
Friend.
Yep, okay. Oh, my God.
I'm not denying that it worked, but I felt really stupid for sitting in a bar and paying for air.
It's 100% pure. I mean, hello.
Well, it's
so is
like,
cocaine, but I didn't get any of that.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like that's bottled water in a nutshell. Like, you go into the store and you pay X amount for water. Like,
I don't.
And okay, do you know that some of these damn waters are more expensive than like getting an energy drink or a beer or anything like that? You can pay like fucking $6 for a damn bottle of water that's made out of glass. Like,
well, and the other thing is that the water may be coming from a tap instead of what they're actually saying that it's coming from.
Yeah.
So you got to look into that too. Make sure.
Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not naming names, but you gotta really watch who you buy your bottled water from.
So up in Concrete,
let alone glass bottles from.
There is a fill station for, I can't remember what company, but they come and they fill tankers with water from our water source up in Concrete.
It's Nestle.
And then they bottle it and send it out to people. So, I mean, that's exactly the same as me turning on the tap and taking a drink.
Whoa. That one is actually because it is a glacial spring that they are pulling from.
Well, yeah. But so
no DAP included.
All our tap waters around this area are very highly chemical.
Oh, okay.
Sanitized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
salinated.
pure.
Oh, okay. Pure glacial spring water.
Yes. Fran. Don't defame companies on the show. That's a bad idea.
No, I wasn't. Like, I was just saying that I know that there's, like, this tanker that comes up and fills up with water and takes it and bottles it and sells it. I don't know what company or whatever, but...
Just ignore the acorn nuts in there.
And they pay for it. They pay the city or town of Concrete good money.
Yeah.
So, Fran, it helps their infrastructure. Fran, all right. That is the end of the night, guys. We are done. It is 11:58, and
wow, that was quick.
Yeah,
it was.
It was a good night so far. So, Fran, Nikki, where can we find Restore Belief?
YouTube. Restore Belief with Nikki is on YouTube. I'm also on Rumble and Spotify now. Thank you, Cole. And Twitch and Instagram and Facebook. Well, Facebook, it's facebook.com/Nikki, NIKKI, .Jacobs, JACOBS, .376. That's my main page. And there are multiple links to take you to a multitude of locations, including my Psychic Medium Facebook page. So, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah, her Spotify account is fairly new.
Saturdays, 11 p.m., sometimes 10 p.m. at Pacific time. It just depends on what's taking place. But anyway.
Depends on how pissed off she is.
Her Spotify account is fairly new. It only has the first season on there for now, but that is 50 episodes. Make sure you go on there, check it out, and I will have the rest of them loaded up soon. I'm so sorry, Nikki. Don't whip me.
No, don't. and Paramarv's been taking care of the Rumble account. So thank you to Cole and Paramarv for dealing with the electronic side of all of this. It's incredible what these two guys are doing. It just amazes me. Thank you, guys.
But make sure you go on there, like, share, subscribe, do everything for her. Let's get her out there, get her more followers.
Yep.
Nikki, you are almost at a milestone for YouTube, so make sure you subscribe to Restore Belief with Nikki Jacobs on YouTube.
Please.
Get in there, get it done, friend. Help her get those numbers up, friend. You can find our show here at youtube.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. Friend, everything you look for us, it is the S4 Paranormal Bunker. Friend, do not forget to like and subscribe. Give us a heart on each of our shows when you listen to them. That would be awesome. Friend, the more you guys do that, the more we see it and the more we want to do. So just remember that. The more content we'll give you. So, friend, make sure you check us out every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on the S4 Paranormal Bunker. Friend, have a great night and have a great Memorial Day to everyone in the States. Friend, make sure you spend time with your families. If you have past service members, may they rest in peace, and make sure you go visit their graves and clean them up a little bit for them. Nobody likes a dirty house.
Right on.
Friend. Sorry, but you know it's true.
It is true. I've seen some really
good...
What's that?
Get that scope out and clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, everybody. Have a great night. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Data transfer complete. System malfunction. Please evacuate immediately. Program terminated.
Son of a biscuit eater.